In this one, we get the trolling motor set up on the PANGA and we go test it out spearfishing a shipwreck. Come along for it. This is Braden Dives. We are officially in business. All thanks to Carlo. Just got it paired up to the app. Trolling motor works. On the C-swivel. Go take a peek inside here. Look at all the tools. Super loud in here, but hopefully you can hear it. We got the LiTime 36-volt lithium battery. Carlo just wired it up. Got a breaker there. And look how clean it is. Wire under the gunnel, through there. This is legit. This C-swivel deploys like this. Once I pull the trolling motor up, it's gonna swivel so the shaft runs along the gunnel and it's not in the way of anything. So, gonna be sweet. Just finished up the trolling motor install this morning. Thanks to Carlo. We are ripping offshore now to go test it out. Gonna try and spot lock over a wreck. So, hopefully all things go to plan. We'll see. First deploy.
That's seamless, dude.
Yep. Bottom scan's lit up, top to bottom. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
dude, look at that mini triple tails.
There's a decent sized one right there.
You see that, Carlo? You should have brought your fly rod. Look at that. That right there is beautiful. 60 foot to the top. I'm gonna rock the Euro double band. So pumped. Been dreaming about spot locking on wrecks. Wrecks, rocks, and mainly cut off and layover oil rigs. This spot lock just makes for way more effective and convenient fishing and diving. Being able to set up and just hover there over the submerged structure. Before, a lot of the time I would be deterred from hitting these spots, or I wouldn't go because it was just a lot of extra hassle dealing with current or having to have someone drive and maneuver the boat the whole time. But now, at just a click of a button, I can set up and hold us right over the spot. And as far as diving goes, I can just hold on to something off the boat and get super relaxed. And lo and behold, Fisher's first dive, he lands right on top of the wreck and shoots a mangrove.
Took a dive down, saw a group of them, and they're all coming up around me, and shot this guy right through the head. Pretty good way to start the day.
As Fisher was coming up, I make a drop right after, and check this out. I can see the structure here on the bottom clear as day, which is not something we get very often. A big question mark really coming out here was whether we'd actually be able to see the structure. Most of the time it's absorbed in the murk. But first drop here, I was just scoping things out. I had thought Fisher shot a red snapper, so I was looking for one of those. But there were plenty of solid mangroves to pick from.
Dude, that was sick, wasn't it?
The wreck is amazing.
It's awesome, dude.
Fisher, did you shoot the red?
was a mangrove. I thought you shot a red.
Next dive here. Even though Fisher did not see any reds I thought he had, I am still set out on finding one. I've caught and speared them here with great success. It's just a matter of if they're around that day or just having one poke up out of the murk where you can actually see it. So, scanning around for that. I'm also keeping my eyes peeled for anything special or unusual that might appear and that I want to be ready for before I shoot any mangroves. Which you can see we have some real nice ones. And I do think about shooting one, but I hold out. I know I'll have more chances at these. The guys are also shooting them. I just like to make a good handful of dives and really look around for those sought-after fish that don't present that same kind of opportunity. The fish that I'm going to have maybe one chance at or only just briefly appear.
Big mangroves. It murked out a little bit, but they're still there.
Here we are on Dylan's camera, and he smokes a mangrove.
Bro, no way.
And then Fisher pops another mangrove as well soon after.
There you go.
Look how pretty those colors are. Put it right through his brain.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, this is some of the coolest diving I've done in Texas.
So they're getting the meats, shooting the mangroves. For the next handful of drops, I just kind of post up around this wheelhouse that I'm sinking on here, which is actually off of a big boat that they purposefully sunk to make this an artificial reef. Here I'm peeking inside to see if there's anything cool hanging out. But really cool spot. It's awesome having stuff like this to dive. It's a nice change up from the oil platforms when it's clear enough to dive it. But yeah, so far just the usual suspects, seeing mangrove snapper, sheep's head, and spadefish.
Well, that was awesome. I didn't even pull the trigger, and that was really cool. I'm just glad we're able to get down and see the ship. I was able to go down and look inside the main cabin, it looked like. Lots of nice mangroves. Fisher shot two, I think.
Yeah, first
Dylan
one was
shot
pretty
one.
big. Second one was good.
I was looking for a big red snapper, so I held out. But we are back in the boat now. We're gonna kind of putt around this area. There's a lot of debris that I wanna try and dive. Now that we got the spot lock, we can just hop spot to spot. So, should be good.
Hey, spot lock.
This is brand new. Well, let me putter around it for a minute. I want to see if it's marking anything.
That's hazard.
Well, yeah, we're gonna dive it, I guess.
Maybe it's just for that buoy. Oh yeah.
It's got to be some sort of, yeah, it's a weather buoy. It says wave buoy. Might be some mangroves on it.
Yeah.
So while puttering around looking for more structure, we noticed this new buoy over here and hopped in on it, and as you can see, there are a bunch of little triple tail hanging around. Big wad of file fish here. That was cool to see. Tons of bait. all over the place. And you can see there's like that long strand that led to another buoy. And this whole area was just full of life. And not long in the water, we noticed there was a giant school of little bitty chicken mahi cruising in and out. I chased those around for a second, was thinking about pulling the trigger on them. Fisher shot at one, and the school ended up dipping, but you can see a good look at them there. Was trying to get Carlo on the boat to hook one, but no dice on that.
Check it out, just went over another good hump. We're gonna dive this spot here. It comes up to 62. Little rubble, but we're gonna see what it's about. Just click the anchor button. Oh man, this is something completely different. Comes up to 63. Oh.
Unfortunately, I could not find any visible structure here. I think it was all just murked out in this area.
Dude, he got shot. He got in an argument with his neighbor. I don't know the guy personally. He got.
At this point, it seemed like everything was starting to kind of murk out. This spot here, Fisher shoots a mangrove. You might have seen it at the beginning of the clip there. I go down, and once again, I cannot see any sort of structure. It's just straight murk. But we have this nice mangrove up suspended here, and I decide to let it rip. Get myself a fish in the boat. Perfect stone shot. I pull the fish in, and we got us a nice mess of mangrove snapper for the afternoon.
Mangoes on deck. Found a couple suspending on this spot. This one's down in the murk. So I decided to just let it rip.
So we end up back at the ship that we were diving first. We hit a couple other spots in the area, but they were just murked out. And I make a handful more dives here. I'm off to the side a bit more than before. And you can see there is a wad of red snapper I'm eyeing. They're not big, but there's some decent legal ones here. And you might have just noticed there was a jig that Carlo was fishing. It almost actually snagged me right there. So definitely need to be careful when you're fishing and diving a spot at the same time.
Your jig almost got me. I was looking at him, I almost pulled the trigger on a couple, and I was like, there might be a bigger one.
Back down again. There's a decent red tucked in just to the right of this ladder here. But if I shoot, this looks like a big headache with a tangle up. And with the murk stirring up, I opt to not get involved in that situation. But that is going to be all she writes for the diving this afternoon. Did make a quick third-person drop to wrap it up to give a bit of perspective of this ship here. But honestly, the video did not turn out well at all. It looked so much better in real life. But that is it.
All right, y'all, we are wrapping it up. Sun's going down. Been diving all afternoon, and let me tell you, this thing right here was amazing. We were spot locked for at least 2-3 hours all afternoon, kept us right on the spot. And more impressively, this battery is still reading full charge. All afternoon, still showing full charge on the trolling motor. That is crazy. So we should be good to go tomorrow. I'm getting a charger the day after tomorrow, so awesome. But yeah, got a handful of snapper. I was trying to find the big mama red snapper, didn't find it, but we got a mess of mangroves. Good day, we're gonna take it to the house.
So quick afternoon trip there, didn't run too far, and that was an awesome dive. When you can catch that spot clear, it's great. And now that we have that spot lock, we will definitely be hitting that more. So here is a preview and a look of the next video I will be posting. This was the following day. We send it and we dive some brand new, to me, spots, and it is just unreal. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Also, for anyone who might be interested, there are links to the Sea Swivel mount and the LiTime battery in the description box below with discount codes if you are in the market for either one of those. And I will catch y'all later.